everyone, this is Lisa with Crepe Myrtle Row. Welcome to my channel. Today I have another haul video for you. I know I haven't done one in a while and I've done quite a bit of thrifting since I've done one, and I can't remember what all I got because I try to put it away as I get it now and not just pile it up. So some things I've already put away in my decor and I'm already using. A few things I pulled out, and you may have seen them if you've watched some of my Christmas home tours. You may have seen some of these items already. I'm in my dining room, and as you can see in the background here, I have a copper mold collection, so I have some of those to show you and everything. And if you haven't seen the tour of my dining room, then make sure to go watch it. I have one of this in the kitchen together, one of my living room separate from that. So make sure you go check those out. But let's just jump right into this. So I love vintage linens. And I came across this little pot holder thing, and I just love this. I think I paid $1 for it. I love this thing, and I don't use it. It just hangs on my Hooser cabinet. I'm going to be making noise here because I got stuff just piled up on my dining room table. I'm going to throw it out of my way when I can so I have more space. So there goes that. And I love the vintage towels, like the linen towels. And this one, oh my goodness. The colors on this are exactly me. I mean, I love that color. This is what I would want my whole kitchen dining room color scheme to be. And it is kind of. But I love this. And this is those kind of, I don't know if it's linen, I don't know what they are, but they're vintage ones. A lot of them have calendars. If you've watched any of my other haul videos, you've seen where I've bought several that are look like a calendar printed on them, and they're different years. And I actually use those. Most of the time when you find them in antique stores or thrift stores, they're very stiff, where they've just been used for decoration. No, I wash those things and I use them every day in my kitchen, and they're my absolute favorite towels to use. And yes, I know they're vintage, but hey, what good are they just sitting around? If you can't use them, what good are they? But this I probably won't use as a actual towel because, you know, you do stain up your towels sometimes, and I don't want to take a chance with this one. This one will probably hang on my stove handle. So, and I think I paid $1 for it. So there's that. And then this is a quilted runner that someone made that will be perfect for July the 4th or Memorial Day or Veterans Day, all of that. I've never really decorated much for July the 4th. I decorate for summertime, but I've never really specifically done the red, white, and blue decor. However, I want to start doing a little bit, just not to the extent that I do all my other seasonal decor, but just add a little bit. I had a couple things, and I posted pictures here on, not here, but on Instagram last year that I had, but there was just very few pieces I had. But I have been finding other things that I'm going to add. So this will be a good table runner for here on my dining room table or across the top of my fireplace. And I think this one was like $2.99. And another patriotic piece, it's hand quilted, was this. It almost looks like a little mini quilt, and I think that may be what someone made it for because it has like a rod pocket here so they could hang it on the wall. And I'm not sure how I'm going to use it. I may hang it on the wall like it was intended or whatever, but I just thought that was so pretty. And I've not really done quilting. I played around with it a little bit, enough to know that it takes skill and time to do these things. So when I find hand quilted pieces out, I snatch them up if I can get them because I love them. And I love gingham check. And this was just, I guess, a napkin. But anytime I find a piece of it, you know, I can use it like down in a basket, whatever. I love these pieces. So I got this. I think I paid $1 for this piece. And then this one is a tablecloth. And I just love the colors on it. And again, come summertime, a picnic look or whatever, this will be perfect. And then this one is an actual like lap quilt that someone made. And it has that really July 4th looking, in the back's all the red ticking, which I actually, for Christmas, I could use this side out, or Valentine's Day or whatever, and just turn it around for this side. But I mean, it's small. I mean, if I'm holding it here to my shoulders, it touches my toes. So it's not like, I guess, just a lap quilt to use when you're sitting around watching TV, but I will use it for decoration. And then the last linen piece I have is this Chenille Bed Spread. And as you can see, it's white, but just a slight, maybe slight off-white. I don't know if you can tell it on the camera, like this is bright white. And then here's this up against it. And I mean, for me in person, it has a slight off-white look. But I loved it. It has the fringe. The only problem is, I think right in the middle, there's a little bit of a torn place. I'm not going to use this as a bedspread. I bought it, and anytime I find chenille fabric, I buy it up because I actually want to make some pillows of some sort. And, you know, I have a vintage style bedroom, and I have a really nice peacock vintage chenille bedspread on it. So I think I would like to find different chenille things like this to cut out like heart shapes or whatever and put pillows on it. And I could also cut this up in squares with some of my other chenille bedspreads and eventually make a quilt out of just different squares if I wanted to. So there is that. Okay, the next thing is, I have suddenly got this fascination with paint by number pictures. And I have one, if you've seen my tour of my living room during the fall, I had a really nice one that hung above a shelf that had pegs on it in there. And then I found one, and I forgot to bring it in here, but I have one that I got that I'm going to use during the 4th of July that's of an eagle flying. But then I found this one, and I'm sorry for the ring light. I'll try to angle it where you don't see it, but oh my goodness, this thing is so detailed. And it was $5.99, and I even like the frame for that. But I love those colors, and to me that just looks real springy, and that's probably when I will put it. That same spot above that shelf, I have one of my favorite paintings ever. It's very vintage, and it looks like a mountain scene with the river running through it, but it's very summery kind of to me. And so I thought about changing out that picture when I change out my seasonal decor. So this one will look really good for springtime. And if you've seen my Christmas tour of that room, that painting is what's hanging up there. I would love to find a really nice wintry scene or Christmas scene to hang there for that one. But I have the fall one, I have this one, that one is hanging, so a Christmas one would be nice. So the next thing, if any of you have followed me for a while, you know I love vintage purses. And this is the first one of these embroidered bags that I have ever found. And it was $5.99. And I love it. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I like to carry these when I go to church on Sundays. You know, just change them out because I don't really need a whole lot going there, or anywhere that I'm just going for a little bit and I know I don't need to carry half my home with me in my purse. So, love these. So let me throw that down there. And then, I can't remember if I showed you this in a haul, but I found this thermos. I love this, and I would love to fix me a hot cocoa bar eventually when I get enough pieces up. And speaking of these, my friend Kim at My Feathered Nest, she just uploaded a video. She has a Hoosier cabinet, and she's made the entire thing her hot cocoa bar, and it is amazing. So you guys need to go watch that. I will link it down below. But she has a whole collection. I don't think hers are look like that. Hers are more of the plaid. She has a whole collection of vintage things like this up above, and then she has her cocoa bar laid out. It's just perfect. And this I bought back in the summer, I think, and that was my intentions when I got it, is eventually I'll get enough pieces up to do me a hot cocoa bar around Christmas time. So there that piece is. I also love milk glass. You know, guys, I don't think there's anything I don't love or anything I don't collect. Really, well, spoons. I don't collect spoons. I had someone send me a picture of something like that one time, and no, don't collect spoons. But everything else, I pretty much, if I get more than one, then I have a collection. So, yeah, I have lots of things. But milk glass, I love. And as you can see behind me, I use it for the first time ever in my Christmas decor. But now I'm only trying to buy pieces that are very ornate. So I found this piece. It was $5.99. I don't know the name of this pattern. I think it's called thumbprint. Or I know in other glass patterns, I think it's called thumbprint. But I just love the detail to that. And it's just a compote bowl. I use it over here to my left. There, I have like a little stand there, and I didn't realize I had so many compote bowls in milk glass until I started putting them on that stand, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves on it, and I had enough to fill it up plus some. And they look good there, so I'll probably use them for a while there. And this one, which to me is more ornate than the last one, because look at the shape of the foot and all, and it was only $2.99. Goodwill kills me with their pricing. You'll go in there some days, and things that should be a lot, they're giving away, and things that should not cost you hardly anything, they want a fortune for. So never figure those out. I do decorate for Valentine's just in this room. This tree behind me, I got what looks like vintage Valentine's cards on it. They're not. I printed them off. Come time for me to do this tree again, I will do a video and show you a tutorial of how I go about making those vintage looking Valentine's cards. Because they're hard to find out. And when you find them, they're so expensive. But anyhow, I love this. And I got it for 50 cents. So it will go, this whole hutch is the main thing. The hutch and that tree is what I do for Valentine's Day. And I just thought that was so cute with the little buttons on it. Set that out of the way. And let's see here. I love baskets. So I found this little basket. And I actually like the yellow color because in the summertime I do a lot of chickens and bee decor on this hutch. And that will go with that. Put that there. And as you may have noticed back here, I have a wall of copper molds. And I know you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, there's no more space. You can't put any more. Well, I beg to differ. I will find a place for this seashell. I love it. And I don't have a seashell up there. Or do I? No? No. I have fish. I have a lot of fish, but I don't have a seashell. And this one is $4.99. If I have to rearrange things, I will rearrange them, but I will get these on the wall. And this one says P on it. So there's probably a whole series of these, probably carrots, corn, green beans, I don't know. There's probably a whole series. And it was $4.99 also. And I got it because, you know, as soon as I didn't, the next thrift store I go in will have the one with the carrots on it, and I'll be like, look, I could have had a matching set. So I got it. And these next two, I think I paid $1.99 a piece, and they need some cleaning up bad. You can see how they hung on someone's wall and they never got clean. They kind of got that greasy, dirty. This one, the patina's already started on it because it never got clean, but they will clean up. And I don't mind if it stays the green color. I don't mind that at all. But there's the pineapple, and I think I have, yes, I do have a pineapple already, and I have bigger ones of this. But I don't care if I have it already. I got another one now. So my husband wanted, you already got this. Why do you want more? But I do. So I love brass, and I found these for $2.50. And they're not solid, they're hollow inside. But that's a good price because I have seen these, the ones that feel solid, and they want like $40, $50 for these bookends. But I love those. And the one other brass, and I also love ducks. I have a thing for ducks, and this was $4, and it's brass, but again, it's not solid. But that's pretty. I love chickens. Y'all gonna hear that word a lot, love. I love a lot. This is, I guess, a little creamer dish because it has where you put a spoon down in it. She was just so adorable with her little shawl on. And she's a chicken, so she had to come home with me. Okay, this other thing's kind of heavy. But it looks like to me it looks like a giant pine cone. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I love it. And I could paint it, but I actually love the finish that's already on it. And it's just like, could be a planter or do a flower arrangement or something. I'm not sure if I'll just leave it like this, but I thought during the winter time, before I change over to like spring decor or whatever, I could incorporate this somehow in my living room and it would look really good. And then, let's see. Next couple of things are Christmas items. I found this yesterday for $3.99. I met my friend Kim that's from My Feather Nest, and we had a girls' day out, and we love thrifting and antiquing and all that kind of stuff. But I love these vintage satin balls. And this is just an odd color that I normally don't see, and I usually see the darker green, more like the Kelly green, or the reds, the whites and all. But this color green was really pretty. And I didn't put my tree up this year, but if you'll go watch my Christmas home tour from 2019, in my guest bedroom that is all vintage, I had a tree with a lot of colored balls like this on it. But I didn't do it this year because that's the room that my daughter and son-in-law stay in when they come home for the holidays. And it's a small room, and where I had the tree, I had it on top of some vintage suitcases that I display. Well, they really need that space to put their actual suitcases that they're using when they come home there. So I just did not put the tree in there this year, so that gives them more room. But I will find somewhere to put it next year, even if it's out on my screened-in porch. But speaking of the vintage things, this is the little Trimmer Home, little tiny. I don't know if you can kind of get an idea of the size when I'm holding it like that. And again, that light is awful on them. But they're the little satin balls, and I just love them. And I've left them in the package. It's kind of opened a little bit, but I just display them in the package, just laying on the shelf. And then I think I paid like $1 for those. And yeah, I told you the price on those others. And this I think I paid $2 for. But this little shiny bright box of the mini, and again, there's my finger against them. Oh my gosh, when I saw this, I could not believe that I'd actually found in the box the vintage little shiny bright ornaments. Now, they're not the like fancy ones like this thing is. Most people think of like these when they think of shiny bright. That was a reproduction, by the way. But these are also considered the shiny bright, the glass, original glass ornaments. But keep those in the box too. They are so pretty. Another thing I found yesterday was this bag. And I know it says $4 there, but I don't think it was actually $4. I'm thinking it was a little cheaper than that. But it's the little cloth strawberries. And I decorate my kitchen in all strawberry things. And what I'm going to do with this, and this next thing, I may have shown y'all this vintage mason jar. And I paid, I think, 99 cents for it because it had this chip. I think that's what I paid for it. And I think I showed you this in my last haul, but I can't remember. For Christmas, I put these cookie cutters in there. But I'm going to take those out and put these in it to display with my decor. That's why I got this out, so I could show you how I'm going to use them. And I love doing tablescapes. I haven't done them lately because my family likes it better when there's nothing on the table and they want to come sit down here to eat, which most of the time we don't. We usually eat in the living room watching TV, which I know is bad and we shouldn't do that. But every now and then they want to just come sit at this table to eat. So I've just done down the center. But I used to just go all out, you know, full place settings, the cups, the plates, the, you know, flatware, everything. But I haven't done it lately. But I would like to maybe do it just for a little bit every now and then. So I found these vintage cups. If you can see that with that ring light, there it goes. It's the eagle on it in the gold. And then the little glasses like this that have the gold. And I thought they would look good on a tablescape together. The only problem is I bought these, had them in a box in the back of my car, and as usual, I drove it around for a few days, forgetting to get them out of my car. So by the time I did, one of them got broke. And one of those got broke, one of these got broke. Well, I have this thing about I need 6 of anything I'm doing, and now I'm down to 5. So I don't know what I'll do. I did glue the big one. I did glue the piece back in because I'm not going to use these to drink out of. They're just going to be for decoration. So I may be able to still use these on the table. These I may have to put up on the hutch in some display with that. Or if my OCD self can't handle it, I'll just have to get rid of them because they're not a complete set. I know, I'm very weird about that. Another thing I love is the silver pieces. And this is just a little small one. It was $1.99. And I think I took a picture on Instagram. If I haven't, I'll go back and look and put it on there. But I have in my living room, I have like an old wooden picture frame that I just love the detail to the frame. And I just hung it on the wall. And there's no picture in it. And inside that, I have a larger one of these that I put one of the plate hangers on, and I hung that centered inside of that picture frame. And then when I bought this one, I was like, I could put this one inside of that one. So I have a big magnet. It's about that big and it's kind of flat. And I stuck it on the big one, and then I just stick this onto that one, and it holds it perfect in place with that magnet. So love that. And I also use one of these in my kitchen on my sink. I use it just sitting there, you know, like on the back of your sink, and then my soap dispenser sits there. When it's not Christmas time right now, I just have a Christmas one. It's a Santa Claus. But normally I have like soap and hand sanitizer, 2 separate bottles, or you could put lotion and soap or whatever sitting there. But it's just like a good tray, or you could use it in a bathroom, put soaps or stuff in. And then this is just a little wooden stool, and it was 99 cents. And it's just the perfect little thing to sit around to be a riser. As a matter of fact, it's in my living room normally with one of my Christmas figurines sitting on it. And I love vintage plates that are from the states, each state, or you know, look like a state. This one, it was 99 cents, and it's the Great Smokies. So it's not particularly a single state, but the Great Smoky Mountains is mostly, I think mostly they call them that in Tennessee. But I love this little size. I have a whole gallery wall in my vintage bedroom that I do have a video for. You can check that out. That these hang on. So I like to find the smaller ones to fill in for the bigger ones. And my friend Kim yesterday gave me this one that she found for Georgia. And I love the detail for it. And then you could put ribbon through there if you wanted to. I've seen them that way. I'm not going to do it, but I love that one. And I think it's kind of neat because this is my husband's home state. He was born in Georgia. He was mostly raised here in South Carolina in this home here, but he was born in Georgia, and that's where all of his extended family is from. Okay, let's see here. Next, I have books. This cookbook, oh my gosh, y'all. This is the vintage cookbook dream. Look at that. I love the colors on it. And it has just that very vintagey look. And it has some pretty good recipes in here. I might have to just try some. But I was fascinated with the color on the outside of this book. And even like some of the graphics inside like that. But I love that. And I'm displaying it with some of my vintage Santa mugs. And again, this was a Goodwill find, so I think their hardbacks are like $2. And I love using old books just scattered throughout my home to stack them up and then use them as risers for things. Do I have any here? No, I don't have any on that one behind me. But I just loved the pattern on this book. And it's actually a Bible dictionary, but I love that pattern. And it looks good. I mean, this, of course, is not going to go with it, but when I say using it as a riser, have a book, sit something on it. Instead of this just sitting on a shelf like that, sit it on a book or a couple of books and kind of angle them to each other. And that looks really good. Or just on the shelf like it is. And the other book I have was this vintage Christmas story thing. And what's neat about it is it tells a story. So it starts telling the story of Jesus. And then it goes into songs. And then it'll tell a story. And then it'll have a song. So I just thought that was kind of neat to display during Christmas time. And the last thing I have is this big giant wooden boat. And it was $4.99. It's very lightweight too. I don't know what they carved it out of. But I love decorating during the summertime with seashells, all nautical beachy decor. So somewhere it may be on top of this, it may be on my dining room table, in my living room, on top of the entertainment center. I don't know, but somewhere this will get used. That's it for my haul video this time. And like I said, hopefully I didn't show you something I've already shown you. I don't think I have, but and there may be other things that I have forgot to get out and show you, but I will try to make sure if I did it to include them in my next haul. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and y'all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I hope you enjoy your families and you get to be with your families. I know this is such a scary time, and you know, just people traveling or with this virus thing going on, it's just kind of scary. A lot of people aren't getting to be with their families, so I hope you can at least get to talk to them, FaceTime them, or you know, something like that, because that does make a difference. I know with my daughter living in Kansas now, you know, if it wasn't for the FaceTime, getting to look at her at least a couple times a week, I would go insane. I don't know how people do it when they can't, all they can do is talk, or years ago when all they could do was write letters, my heart would be breaking. I couldn't take it. But anyhow, I hope that you have the best of Christmas that you can possibly have and get to be with your family. And If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to join it. And I do thank each and every one of you that have subscribed. I've got some of you that's been following me from the beginning, and I thank you for your support. And I have got a lot of new ones that came over from Deborah from the Painted South. And I really appreciate your support, and I really appreciate her giving me that shout out and helping me out to grow my channel. It does mean a lot to me. I want y'all to know that. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So with that being said, y'all have a very blessed day. Bye.